Okay, so I knew this question was going to come the more I talked about me leaving religion. So let's just get into it. I'm going to start with this part one of why I left Christianity. Okay, so the story actually starts over 10 years ago as I was wrapping up high school. At this time, I was pretty into Christianity, into my religion. I went to church in Ohio, but my church and my school life were a little bit separated. Um, I had a good number of friends. We were into basketball, girls, hip hop music, all those things. Um, but I hadn't quite found a way to like own or take my faith as seriously at that time. So around this time, I was starting to feel some tension, right? Like I would hang out with my friends and I felt this pressure increasingly to like talk to them about God. I would read my Bible, but I was kind of ashamed of the fact that I was reading the Bible in in school or even at home before bed. I would do my homework and I would read the Bible. Um, but as college approached, I started to consider that I needed to kind of make a choice. That I want to like go all in and be this Christian, serious person about my faith, or did I want to kind of go a different route and kind of leave that beside? And I ultimately chose, as I got ready to head into college, that I wanted to go all in on religion. So that was the mindset I took with me as I got ready to head into college. I even remember having an experience when I was um, the summer before I went to college. I was in church. If you grew up in like the charismatic church, you will understand the story that I'm about to tell. But this was, a few weeks before I went off to college, and I was in service, and they're singing the songs. Everything is getting pretty emotional, and there's a guest speaker. She's a missionary to another country, and in these churches, a lot of times they'll ask people to come forward and get prayer. Um, if you're familiar, you also know that they'll maybe speak a word over you, which is kind of like um, the way that I would look at it is they will have a message from God and they'll speak that over you, right? So as I'm getting ready to go to college, obviously as a kid, I'm nervous. I'm 18. I'm leaving my parents' house. I don't really have any friends at the school I'm going to, so everything is new. So I'll go up front and I'm like, hey, I'll ask for some prayer. And this lady, she comes over to me and she's like, kind of like, oh, I have a message from God for you, right? You're going to go to college and I see that you're going to be in this group of people and you guys are going to be changing lives and there's going to be revival and God's going to do all these things. And, I'm tearing up and this kind of sets the tone, right? I was already kind of thinking like, yo, I'm going to go to school and yes, I'm going to get an education, but I'm going to be this super Christian zealot dude. I'm going to be talking to all these people about God and how they need to get their life right. So this is the mindset, right, that I go into college with. So in the next part, I'm going to get into a little bit more of like that initial experience I had in college. So stay tuned.